Final with losers bracket here between International Master Carissa Yip in USA faces by International Master Tatev Abrahamyan. Within game 1 with losers bracket, so two brilliant sacrifice move within white pieces here. So what do you think about the win will proceed with Grand Finals 1 if you lose, knocked out against elimination. So what do you think about this one with losers bracket with American Cup 2026? So let's study up this played chess here. White pieces with International Master Carissa Yip and black pieces International Master Tatev Abrahamyan. So two games analyzed here. So it means Tatev Abrahamyan lead of this losers bracket with finals against knockout with Anasarsian with USA. So it means Tatev Abrahamyan will battle against Carissa Yip. So how many clocks with chess clock? It is not about long game and round robin, but also classical or maybe by this one with rapid within 25 minutes plus 20 seconds increment. So in this part of these videos here in this losers bracket in this final, and also having analyzed of the standings after game number 1 the American Cup 2026. So white plays Yip is e4, e6 Tatev, d3 Kia. So with a Kia here, so this is the main lines here with pawn to d4 French defense here. With a choose with the Kia d3. So with a d3 move here by this one with white pieces. Pawn to d5. It is called by this one with openings approaching King's Indian attacks. Knight d2 with Yip, Knight c6 with Tatev, and also Knight gf3, e5 with Tatev. Without second times here, without second move with pawn to e6, by second time by this one with pawn to e5, because this is a more of this break with bishop. It is called by this one with loss of tempos with bishop here. And movement by this one with Yip is pawn to a3 here. So this is the main lines by second times by main lines. Pawn to g3, second pawn to c3. By next by this one with fianchettos bishop g2 here. With a third main lines is pawn to a3 with Yip, pawn to a5. So this is a disappearance by recording by book lines. So this is the all main lines with database is pawn to d4. So pawn d4 is a all main lines by recording by database here. Without second by this one pawn to a5 novelty with Tatev here. Takes with Yip, queen takes captured, and also pawn g3 with Yip. By next by bishop g2 with light square with diagonals here, with fianchettos attacks before castling. So this is a more interesting move. Bishop e6 with Tatev. By next by this one with backwards here, backwards by queen d7 here with Tatev, and also bishop g2 here, and also pawn to f6 by next of this one with positionals, but not yet ready by this one castling queen side. So this is a next castling. So castling queen side here, and also castle king side with Yip, and also queen backwards d7 with Tatev. By next of this one with bishop to h3. So this is a very strong move from this positional move here. And also knight e4 with together by next maneuver with Yip is knight to c3. So this is a next move here. And pawn to h5 with Tatev, and also bishop e3 with Yip, castle queen side with Tatev. Without explain, for example, in idea, sir, why don't we move bishop to h3? So it is okay by strong move here. Without white pieces is bishop captured, queen takes bishop, and also pawn to b4. So this is a good examples here. With that idea with Tatev, we decided by simplified castling queen side with Tatev here, and also pawn to b4, good move with Yip. By next up this one with pawn to b5 with threatening the knights with captured with pawns here. So this is a more from these tempos from positional move. And also push a4. So this is a bad move with Tatev in this computer engine. So the best move is strong bishop to h3. So this is a very strong move here. If you bishop captured here, queen takes captured bishop and push by b3. With that idea, with threatening the knights here, so how do you move here? And knight d4. So knight d4 here. So this is a good slightly better for blacks here. With that back there with Tatev is pawn to a4 pushes here, and also h4 wrong move with Yip. So the best move c4. So c4 is a good determination of once of this computer. So this is a according this one with etc etc. So this is a good slightly better for whites. h4 with Yip here. Knight h6. So it means without knight h6 here. So this is a more continuous here. And also c4 with Yip. By this one with pawn to b5 by next move here. So this is a very strong move with that idea with threats the knights here. So this is a continuations here. And also knight to f5, another bad move with Tatev. So the best move is backwards knight to b8. So no more by this one with pawn to b5, because this is a more of this one backwards knight b8 is a defense here with continuations here. So this is a good slightly better for blacks here. So this is a continuations. So knight f5 with Tatev here. Queen takes captured, very strong move with Carissa Yip. So look at evaluation bar. So this is a highest of this appearance score here. Or maybe with that idea with strong by queen a8 with check. So this is a check by second by next b5 with strong move without threatening the knights here. So this is a very strong move here. With that Tatev is knight takes captured sacrifice, or maybe with that idea with knights with threatening the rooks, and with knights threats the pawns. So this is a very double attacks by next of threatening the bishop. So triple attacks here. And very strong move with Carissa Yip. So this is a highest evaluation bar with strong with Carissa, queen a8 check, very strong move here with Yip here. Knight b8 with Tatev takes with no more one piece down with Tatev here, and without continuations here. So this is a more of this one with positional move with captured here. So this is a positional. Queen takes captured pawn. So the first guessing puzzle, what do you think about the once of this computer brilliant sacrifice move once of this computer Carissa Yip International Master here? First guessing puzzle. So while waiting for a couple of seconds and continue for that. Start. Thank you so much here, and congrats for everyone. The perfect highest evaluation bar with Carissa Yip. Knight fg5. What a brilliant sacrifice. Brilliant move with Carissa Yip. Look at evaluation bar. Perfect accuracy here with Carissa Yip. So brilliant sacrifice move here. And with Tatev is queen takes captured check. So with that explained, for example, in idea, why don't we continue captured sacrifice? F takes g5 here. And with that idea is knight f2 with threatening the queens here. So this is a tempos attacks. And also with more idea is queen captured pawn here. Queen takes e3. And with queen captured with check. Without check here. If you king d7 here. And also rook a d1 with check, and also bishop to defense d6 and strong by c5. So it means threatening bishop. So cannot move up this one with backwards here. So if you cannot move up this one with bishop to e7, or maybe here by backwards, so this is a more of this one with pins with check here, because this is a pawn threatening the bishop here. So this is a good slightly better here. With a good slightly examples from this one with more of the ones of this computer here. So this is a good examples. Okay, okay, with that idea, with more of this Tatev is queen takes choose by captured with check here. And with Yip is king h2 property active, captured with one piece down with Yip. So this is a captured with sacrifice here. So this is a more of this tempos captured with eating. Knight takes captured without pressures by without idea with threatening the bishop. So this is a attacks the bishop here. And also with bishop captured c4. Without more of this bishop with threatening the rooks here. So according by evaluation bar, so this is a below evaluation bar with Tatev because this is a highest with evaluation bar with whites with Yip here. Without accuracy, the best move of this one is queen to b6. So queen b6 here. So queen b6 is a more of this defense of this pawn with no more by queen captured with pawns and bishop captured here. So no more by this one with two pieces with check here. Because this is a more backwards here with queen's defense of this one with protects of this one with no more with check. So this is a good slightly better for blacks here. Without movement with choose with Tatev is bishop captured 3 pawns without idea with tempos attacks the rook here. So this is a more controls with attacks the tempos attacks with rooks. And without idea is queen captured b7 with check. So this is a more check here. King d7. So king d7. I'm sorry I cannot proper pronounce my voice. So it means so this is a need more proper. So king d7 with Tatev. Okay, so the second puzzle, what do you think about the second brilliant sacrifice? Carissa Yip International Master. Second puzzle, so while waiting for a couple of seconds and continue for the start. Thank you so much here and congrats for everyone. Another brilliant second rook AC1. What a brilliant with Carissa Yip. Perfect. What a perfect shot without rooks, without threatening the bishop. So this is a more tempos attacks the bishop here. So this is a counters attacks. And more of this one with queen E2. So this is a more positional move here. And also rook fe1 with Yip without attacks the queens, queen a2 with Tatev without idea with tempos attacks the pawns here. Rook e4 without pressures without idea with threatening the bishop here. So this is a bishop threatening the pawns with check. So with a check from this one. So this is a counters attacks with more of this one with targets. Bishop d6 with Yip. Sorry, Tatev. I'm sorry, I got wrong name. So it means without bishop d6 with Tatev here. Rook takes captured with Yip. Oh, without idea with rook captured with sacrifice. So this is a sacrifice move here. So with sacrifice by Yip. Rook c8 defense of this one with pawns with Tatev. Rook 1 c2 with Yip without threatening the queen. So threatening the queens here. Queen takes captured pawns here. And also with finishing move bishop h3 check without more of this one with check with pins with rook resigns with Tatev Abrahamyan. So why she resigns? For example, if you king e8 only move here, queen takes captured rook with one rook down with Tatev with check here. If you king e7 here and also queen e6 check. If you king d8, knight f7, mating net. So on how you do it without check here, without check and traps the rooks with a decided mating net. So with a threatening mating net. So loss from Black's game over here. Okay, so the score with Yip 92.6 and lowest 75 points with Tatev. What happened of this accuracy score here? Okay, so the next of this one with losers bracket with finals game number 2. So let's proceed of this next game here. White pieces with game number 2 with Tatev Abrahamyan versus Carissa Yip with black pieces here. So in this part of this video, you have analyzed of the standings after game number 2. So if you lose, would knock out against eliminations. If you win, would join up this one with grand final 1 here. So white plays Tatev is e4, e5 Yip, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, knight g5, fried liver attack. So it means fried liver attack here. So this is a more of this knight g5, very strong move with bishop without threatening the pawns, and because this is a knight protects here with a check. So with a check here, or maybe with knights with threatening the pawns with double with queens and rook. So this is it is called by fried liver attack here. And pawn d5 with the threatening the bishop takes knight a5 here. Temples attacks the bishop, bishop b5 check, and c6 threatening the bishop. Capture takes bishop e2. It is called by Steinitz variations with a Steinitz. So Steinitz variations here. Pawn to h6 with Yip, threatening the knights. Knight h3 go back. Bishop e7 with next by playing castling with Yip with Carissa Yip. Carissa Yip. Carissa Yip. So it means Carissa Yip here. And also, pawn d3 with Tatev. Or maybe by next castling. I forgot something by coming by next castling here. Rook b8, more pressures by this one with Yip here. Or maybe by pins without more of this one with rook b files here. So this is a continuations. Knight d2 with a pressured by together by this one with next of this one with knight to b3. So this is a more of this one with positional move. Castling with Yip, castling with Tatev, pawn to c5. So this is a more controls. King h1 proc active with Tatev. Knight d5 together of this one with next of this one with maneuvers knight to f4 with threatening the bishop, and next maneuver is knight to b4. So this is a next move here. Knight g1 with Tatev by next maneuvers knight to f3 threatening the pawn. So this is a threats the pawns here. Together with more of this one with maneuver here. f5 with Yip by next of this one with together by e4 or maybe by f4. So this is a next move here. And also with knight g f3, good move with threatening the pawns. So this is a threats the pawns here. And also bishop f6, good defense here with pawns. And also rook e1, more pressures of this rook. Bishop b7. So this is a novelty with Yip. Without old main knights is queen c7. So queen c7 here is a old main knights. Without second bishop to b7 out of this bookline novelty with Yip here. And also bishop f1 with Tatev. Rook e8 with a together with rook pins with rook e fast here. So this is a rook e fast with more of this one with challenge rook. And also knight b3, good move with Tatev. Attacks the knights. Queen b6 together of this defense here. Knight takes captured, queen takes, and also with knight to d2 defense of this one with more pressures together by next of this one with knight to b3 with threatening the queens and pawns here. So this is a threats here. So this is a more threats. Queen c7 with no more by this one with knight to b3 because this is a more backwards here with Yip here. And without Tatev is knight to c4, good move. Rook d8 with Yip, more pressures by rook pairs here. And also bishop d2 with Tatev, queen f7, and also pawn a3, good move. Together by this one by next by b4 here. So this is a next move. Bishop backwards a8 with Yip, rook b1 by next b4. So this is a good precise here by positional move. Proc active king h8 with Yip. b4 good move, attacks this pawn, captured, and also pawn e4 strong move with Yip. Queen c1. So if you do that, if you capture this one with pawns, if you d takes e4 captured, so this is a next of this one with decided by this e3 sacrifice strong move here. So this is a positional move here. Okay, with that idea is queen c1 good move together with idea with bishop captured sacrifice. So this is a sacrifice here with sacrifice captured. Bishop d4. Without bishop d4 together with threatening the pawns, with threats the rooks here. So this is a attacks here. And also with knight to e3 attacks the knight, so does not like up this computer with Tatev. So the best move this one, bishop to e3 here. Without challenge by bishop to bishop with dark square. If you knight captured, if you knight captured with bishop here, f takes capture, threatening the bishop and bishop to f6. So this is a good slightly better for whites here. Without Tatev, back there is knight e3 with Tatev, attacks the knights, knight f4. What a miss with Yip. So the best ignorance is knight to f6. So this is a ignorance here. So this is a good highest evaluation bar with blacks here. So this is a good slightly better for blacks here. So it means so knight f4 with Yip here, together with positional move here, takes good move, bishop captured, or maybe with that idea with threatening the pawns with check. So this is a check here. So this is a check sacrifice here. And another second is pawn to f3, another good move with Tatev, threatening the bishop. Bishop backwards a8. Okay, bishop backwards a8 here. Pawn to c3, threatening the bishop. Bishop backwards b6. Queen c2. So this is a problem here with evaluation bar. So this is a does not belongs here. So this is a bad move with Tatev. So the best move this one once computer is c4. c4 by next of this one with pawn to c5 together with threatening the bishop here. So this is a good slightly better for whites here. Without queen c2 with Tatev, rook f8 without queens behind the rook here. So does not like of this computer with Yip. So the one's computer is knight 2. No need by this one. Knight h3 sacrifice. Sacrifice here. So this is sacrifice. If you captured with pawn, sacrifice here with knights, and bishop captured pawns with check. So with a check here, and defense protective knight g2. So this is a good slightly better for blacks. This is a more controls by situations here. Okay, back there is rook f8 with Yip. Another excellent Tatev is knight c4 good move without threatening the bishop. So this is a more positional move, solid, interesting here. Knight g6 with Yip and knight takes capture. Sorry, I'm sorry, I cannot proper my pronouns. So knight takes b6 bishop. So knight takes captured with bishop. Takes with knights. Bishop e3 together with bishop threatening the pawns. So that's the pawns and more attacks the rooks here. So this is a more controls with tempos attacks here. Because this is a more of this one with Tatev, with that idea with focusing with chess. Queen c7 with Yip, defense of this pawn here with queens. Or because this is a queens protects, need of this one with that idea with queens protects the pawns. Bishop d4, what happened? What? Bishop d4, blunderacious, what happened with Tatev? So this is a below evaluation bar. This is a not good of these ones on this computer. So the best move is bishop missing d2. What? I mean f2, sorry. So it means bishop f2. So bishop f2 with Tatev. So what Tatev missed her move here, because this is a, look at the evaluation bar, is very very highest the white pieces. So it means Tatev, her missed move is bishop f2. So this is a good advantage for whites here. Okay, so after bishop to d4 blunderation, so the last second puzzle, so the last puzzle here. So what do you think about the last move with Carissa Yip before knockout against Lose with Tatev here? So finding third guessing puzzle, so while waiting for a couple of seconds and continue for that. Start. Thank you so much here and congrats for everyone. So it means, so the last move of this one with sacrifice is rook captured takes excelente sacrifice resigns with Tatev Abrahamyan. So it means game number 2. So why she resigns? So do not capture the pawn captured rook, queen captured trap, queenless. With a decided white pieces, game over, resigns here. So it means, so the score with Carissa Yip 2 points and score with Tatev Abrahamyan 0. 0 0 0 points here. So it means Tatev Abrahamyan knockout against finals with losers bracket. Congratulations with Carissa Yip. International Master Carissa Yip will proceed leads of this grand finals against join with Alice Lee again. So I will next up this grand finals number 1 with 2 games analyzed. So I don't know, I will choose up this one with games here between win or loss here. Okay, so I hope of this part of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mark Logi 17, aka Icon Mark 17. Have a good day, keep safe, and don't forget my notification below bells in Mark Logi 17 English only and Mark Logi 17 part 2 with Tagalog and Cebuano. So keep updates of this next chess updates. Happy Thursday and bye bye.